Hey guys, John from Nothing But Cardboard. Happy holidays, it's January. Happy New Year, 2024. Just want to start the new year out with a little video here. I'm going to show some cards that I'm sending off. But first of all, I just want to talk about burnout. I was facing a little bit of burnout in the cards, the whole card thing, sports cards completely. So burnout's whenever you feel stress or anxiety or something that you used to enjoy and it's not fun anymore. It becomes a burden instead of, something you enjoy. I had burnout at church before. We had a small church doing everything, there 4 or 5 times a week, seemed like all day on Sunday. Church is a good thing, God's a great thing, but it just became too much and it got to be burnout, and it was starting to affect my stress, my family, taken away from them. So noticed that with the cards, probably November, just stepped away. Just said I'm not going to do it for a while, just see what happens. Didn't say I was going to quit, didn't say anything. I just said take a break and see what happens. The holidays kind of made sense anyway coming up. So I had 0 watch list in my eBay, 0 things. We had a few gradings that we were getting back that we had sent off to PSA that was taking a little while to get back. We had that big card that we did where we did some NBC money and got the borough downtown. John was able to get it cleaned up and it came back at 10, so that was exciting. So I just took a break for a while, decided I was gonna not do it, and then I just slowly started buying some cards to see what would happen and came back. So I just want to encourage you guys, 2024, new year, we always I'm gonna eat right, I'm gonna exercise, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go to church, I'm gonna all the things that we say that we're gonna do. Just evaluate yourselves. Some of it came from trying to compete with John and Cody. They were getting some good reviews back and they were getting some good grades and they're buying higher tier cards. So I was trying to keep up with them and do some stuff. And I just realized you just do what you want to do. And if you enjoy it, keep doing it. You don't want to lose money. I did do some of my taxes last year and looking over my stuff how much money I spent and how much I'm making getting back. It's a hobby, so I don't have to make any money, but you don't want to spend hours doing something and you're losing money because that's money you're putting back into the sport. So even though competition can be a good thing, sometimes it can be a negative thing. So just be aware of that. You don't have to keep up with anybody else, somebody else on YouTube, somebody else at the card show, somebody else in your life that you deal with. Pay attention to the signals. Sometimes your wife, we say they nag or they do this or do that. Sometimes they're telling the truth. We just need to step back and listen and see what's going on. Sometimes you get stress or anxiety, or you get grumpy or aggravated. It could be with the kids. It could just be with something you normally do. So if you see that or sense that in your life, it could be work, could be anything. Take a break. We think work is good. We need to work. We need to pay for the family. We need to do this for the kids. They'd rather have time with us than us making an extra, however much money it is. So I didn't want this to be a preachy video or anything, but I just want to let you guys know that I had some burnout. I took a break. Now I'm easing back into it. I've got some cards I want to show you for grading. So I just wanted to share that with you. For me, the biggest part that was burning me out was buying cards to get graded. So you go on eBay, which is easy, pick out the cards, which is easy. You want to get good cards, good people. Try to get a good deal. Sometimes that's not as easy, so you just have to pass some cards and go over. But then you'll get a stack of cards that you get back from eBay that you purchased. That for me is when the stressful part of the work breaks out. So I'll buy 30, 40 cards. You have to pre-grade the card. So you're doing surface, centering, edges, corners on the front and the back of the card. You got a magnifying glass, you have to put it under and look it over. Take 5 or 10 minutes for each card. And if you see something on there that you think, okay, well maybe I can clean that off, or they won't see that if it's on the back, it's not as bad. For me, that became the part that was really the most stressful. Kind of took the fun out, which I think led to the burnout. So out of buying probably 90% of the cards you get are just going to be cards that you can't get graded that are raw. And The ones you can't, you sell on eBay or return. You know, if it's something that's got a serious issue, like they say excellent condition, looks great, and you get it back and there's just streaks or dings. Otherwise, you just got to sell on eBay, try to take good pictures and list it. I've shared that before. And then you get, 10% that you can actually get graded and send off. And then you're dealing with that. That's fun. That's always been exciting, getting the cards back. But there's a process to where you get to that. So, all right, I'm going to flip over and show you the cards that I got now that I've purchased over the last couple of weeks. Now that I'm back, we do have some news coming up this year. I've asked them. Nobody said anything about how we can share this, what we're going to do, so I don't want to give it away. It's a secret, but I don't want to blow it and spoil it because I'm not sure what they want to do. But I'm going to be a grandfather, so 2024 coming up, first grandchild, so I'm excited about that. And that's all I'm going to say. I'll see how they want to share it or whatever they want to do. So let me show you these cards that I have to submit for this submission, my first submission of 2024. So stay tuned. It's amazing how you can buy so many cards that just to get a few that'll grade. So these are all the ones that would not grade. So these are the ones that I have to list raw, sell. These are the ones that I'm going to send. We're into January now, so the playoffs are starting. So got a rookie ticket, that's the base. Called an orange Joe Burrow, that's a red. Started really trying to find some Burrow and some Herbert. These guys are hurt, dinged up. Really good deals right now. I think they're going to take off. Both of them had finger or hand injuries, so they should be completely healthy and healed by next year. So I think this Joe Burrow red, I predicted would get a 9-10. So I'm saying 9 on that. Herbert, couple silvers. Pre-graded that card, I think that's a 10. Micah Parson, what a beast. This is the orange laser. I think that's a 10. One thing I've really been trying to do this year is crack down, that's probably not the right term, but really zone in on the centering and not try to go on 60-40, but just try to get them all 50-50. Japan's best, this is Ichiro and Shohei. Shohei signed a huge deal, so he's going to be with the Dodgers. He can't pitch for a while, but he's still a beast when it comes to hitting. So I purchased a bunch of his cards and was able to get some pretty good deals. So I think those Japan best, one is going to be a 9 and one will be a 10. One could, both could pull a 10, but I think one's a 9, one's a 10. We know there's a fine line. 3-game hitting streak. Tops, 189, that's a 10. This is Tops rookie card, S39. So that one's a 9-10. There was a little bit on the edges that I saw that I thought that might keep it from pulling a 10. So that one I pre-graded a 9. Topps rookie debut. This is the U2 285. I think that's a 10. There's an edge that's got a little bit of issue. 3 of these Gypsy Queens Topps. These cards look kind of antique, so I think it kind of hides some of the flaws. And it's hard to pre-grade. When I put them underneath the scope, you can really see a lot of they make them look vintagey. So I think that's gonna maybe help in the grading, we'll see. But I think 2 of those are a 10 and one's a 9. There's one black dot right there. The dot's on the card. It's not on these 2 cards. But there's a lot of this stuff. When I say vintagey, you can see like these smear lines. It looks like smudges. There's some grains inside the card. So it's really nice. So those were 2 10s and a 9. I got a Bowman. Tried to pick up a few of these. Only had one that looked decent, that looked great. I think this is gonna be a 10. Tried to pick up a few of the Chrome cards too, but they're all going for 300 plus, so that's a little steep for me, but I did try to get a few more of these, so that's what I'm sending off. Got a bunch of Shoei, some Herbert, and some Burrow. Good deals on them now. Shoeis are really starting to pick up in price, so it's hard to get them. So we'll see in 3 months how they come back and how they grade. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, God bless. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon.